Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AI Theater. I'm Emily Tellick,
I'm Brian Hill.
and we are going to be bringing you 3 brand new scripts. We're just gonna hop into it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do it. You want to start with yours?
Oh, sure.
Cool. All right, let's start with Brian's.
This title is Lucky Threads, A Twist of Fate. Scene 1, the morning of the interview. Setting, a cluttered living room with clothes scattered everywhere. There's a coffee table with job applications, a laptop, and a cup of coffee. The couch is piled with clothes. A wall clock ticks steadily, showing the time nearing Jim's interview. Jim, frantically searching through the clothes, his voice tinged with depression. I've looked everywhere, Nick. I can't find them. My interview's in an hour.
Sitting comfortably on a chair, flipping through a magazine. Calm down, man. What are you looking for?
My lucky pants. Every big moment of my life, they've been there. They're like my armor.
Are you seriously still clinging to that superstition? Come on, Jim. You've been preparing for this interview for weeks. You know your stuff.
It's not about knowing my stuff. It's about feeling invincible. And those pants, they give me that.
Fine. Let me help you. Maybe they're under this pile.
Nick Nick gets up, moving to the couch. He begins tossing clothes left and right. After a moment, he pulls out a shrunken pair of pants with a triumphant grin.
Voila. Though they do look a tad small.
Oh no, they must have gotten mixed up with the hot wash. I'd need them, even if they're compact.
Jim, look at them. They're basically shorts, and tight shorts at that.
I'm wearing them. End of discussion.
You're going to make a statement, all right. Probably not the one you're hoping for.
Doesn't matter. They're my lucky charm. They might look different, but the magic's still there.
Look, man, I just don't want you to mess this up. You've wanted this job for so long.
Sometimes you just have to trust in the process. And right now, this process involves very, very short pants.
Okay, I have to see this.
Jim, with some struggle and a lot of hopping around, manages to pull on the pants. They look comically small on him. Nick is barely holding his laughter back.
You're seriously going to walk into a professional interview looking like that?
Yeah, I got this. You'll see.
If you say so, man, just don't bend over.
Scene 2, the aftermath. The same living room, now with dim evening lighting. A faint sound of celebratory music is heard in the background. Jim enters, even more disheveled than before. The pants are now basically a tight version of hot pants. He's holding a bottle of champagne.
What happened to the rest of your pants?
Oh, just some enthusiastic applause and a few unexpected splits.
Splits in an interview?
Let's just say it wasn't the traditional kind of interview.
Wait, did you even go to the corporate office? Wasn't it a marketing job?
Turns out I got the address mixed up. I ended up at Dazzling Dudes. Ever heard of it?
The Mill Strip Club? You went there for your interview?
It was a mistake, but when I walked in with these pants, they thought it was deliberate. Said it was a fresh and bold approach.
So what? Are you a stripper now?
Not exactly. I walked out with a job as their new marketing manager and a hefty bonus for brightening up their day. Holds up the champagne, hence the celebration.
So the pants really were lucky.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Sometimes you just have to roll with what life throws at you, or in this case, what you wear to an interview.
I'm still in shock. But hey, congrats, man. 2 unexpected turns and magic pants.
Cheers to that.
Clink.
They clink their glasses, sharing a hearty laugh. Okay.
Wow. Okay, I'll save my thoughts until
Yes.
after. We'll move on to my script.
Okay.
Should we wait until we're done reading to share our prompts? Or
You want me to share the prompt? I can share.
Yeah, share the prompt.
I just asked it to write a script about a guy who was looking for a pair of lucky pants that happened to get too small, and it came up with the strip club thing all on its own.
Okay.
So yeah,
Hey, no, yeah, I was just wondering, like,
Yeah, it took it because
where this came
I
from.
basically told it, like, make it so that, like, despite these pants, he somehow gets an interview. He gets the job at whatever this place is, and it just came up with that, which
Yeah.
is pretty clever.
No, it actually is. I must say it was a nice little twist.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Mission accomplished.
good for you. All right. And we'll wait to tear it apart until after, as we do here in AI Theater. Okay, we'll move on to my script called Spooky Shenanigans at the Haunted Mall. Interior, haunted mall, haunted house, night. So I'm guessing it's both a haunted mall and a haunted house. Sure. Okay.
Why not? Those happen.
Okay. The haunted mall buzzes with Halloween energy as monsters, zombies, and various spooky creatures roam around. Jackson, a plump, lovable security guard in a hastily assembled ghost costume, patrols the area. He nervously clutches his flashlight. Jessica, a sassy witch with an infectious laugh, stands by the bubbling cauldron. Jackson's radio crackles to life. Security, we've got reports of a rogue pumpkinhead in the food court. Over.
All right, Jackson. Another day, another Halloween shift. Just have to be brave and maybe ask Jessica out. It's now or never.
Jessica, overhearing, turns her witchy hat toward Jackson. You know, Jackson, I can hear you. Jackson startles, his flashlight dropping.
Oh, hey, Jess. I was just,
Jessica bursts into her signature cackling laughter. Hold on.
Pretty good. Yeah.
How's that? Yeah, good.
That's good.
You're too easy, Jackson. What's up? Jackson kneels to pick up his flashlight, and in doing so, gets tangled in his own ghostly sheet.
Smooth, Jackson. Smooth.
Jessica stirs the cauldron, filling the room with an eerie green glow. So, Jackson, what's on your mind?
Well, I was thinking, how about we go to the Monster Mash tomorrow night?
Jessica feigns deep contemplation, her witchy grin never fading. The Monster Mash, you say? I heard it's a graveyard smash.
Yeah, it's a real graveyard bash. Wait, I mean...
Jessica, amused, sets her ladle aside. Relax, Jackson. You're cute when you're flustered. Sure, I'd love to go with you. Jackson's spectral cheeks glow with happiness.
Really? That's awesome.
Jessica takes a potion vial from the cauldron and hands it to Jackson. But there's a little catch.
A catch?
Jessica's eyes twinkle mischievously. I need you to give that nosy vampire next door a good old scare. He's been spying on me all week, and it's driving me batty. Jackson pumps his fist with enthusiasm.
Consider it done. I'll give him a ghostly fright he won't forget.
Jessica leans in and plants a cheeky kiss on Jackson's ghostly cheek. That's my spooky hero. Now let's finish these potions and get started on our costumes. They get to work on the cauldron, sharing spooky stories, laughter, and the excitement of planning their Halloween night. In the background, a rogue pumpkinhead lumbers past, and Jackson, now inspired, chases it with his trusty flashlight, ready for some Paul Blart style action.
What?
Okay.
What the hell?
So some explanation. First of all, that was god-awful.
That didn't go anywhere.
That was one of the worst scripts I think I have ever read from AI Theater.
Yeah, it had nothing going on.
Absolutely nothing. So what I did for this, I typed in, write me a scene from an Adam Sandler-styled Halloween-themed movie.
Okay.
And so it generated that, but then I wanted it to be a little bit longer, so I said, rewrite this longer, but also incorporate Paul Blart Mall Cop into it as well.
In the last sentence, it was like, sure, here, I'll put it here. Just some Paul Blart style action. That's not even something that's in the stage directions. It's not even in the script.
What does it say? It says Paul Blart style action. Yeah. I mean, they did a good job of making him Paul Blart-ish, like
plump,
fumbling around, like nervous.
Yeah.
In the first movie, he, likes the girl who runs the wig shop. So I think Jessica was kind of that.
Yes.
So it did it, but I didn't really get the sense of any Adam Sandler-esque.
No, there's nothing
Anything.
funny about it.
No, there was
There was literally nothing funny about
it
it.
was bad. Your script was, I have to say, much better, even though it was way more absurd plot.
Yeah, but it felt like, well, it had movement.
It had, yeah, it was
Like
more
they
grounded.
went somewhere.
Yeah.
This was just like a conversation. He asked her out. There's not even,
There's no conflict.
she's like, yeah, sure. Take care of this vampire neighbor who's been spying on me, who seems like an interesting character.
Yeah.
Who is he?
I don't know. Once again, no conflict.
I was hoping that he was going to be an actual vampire.
Yeah, I don't. I
All
have
right.
no words. This is a real big bummer. This is one of the worst scripts. I'm very.
This is what happens when you don't look at it before.
Well, I like the element of surprise.
Yeah,
so
I didn't look at
too.
mine either, but I
It
don't
did
know.
much better.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Wow. All right. Well,
One more.
we have one more. We're gonna get Patrick in here and finish out the episode.
All right, we're back with the last script here. This is Patrick's prompt. It's called the Crosstown Bus.
Crosstown bus. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Interior, shipping and receiving store, day. The room is large, dimly lit with a myriad of stacked packages and letters. The constant hum of the fluorescent lights is interrupted occasionally by the sound of a package being sorted. Wilbur and Alex sit at a rusted wooden table, surrounded by packages of all sizes. Scanning the room, Alex's eyes settle on a thick envelope peeking out from underneath a pile of packages. The air conditioner's broken again. It's stifling in here.
Yeah. It's making this tedious job even more unbearable. Hey, what do you think is in that big envelope?
Wilbur, curious, reaches out and discreetly pulls the envelope closer, revealing a heavy script titled The Crosstown Bus. Somebody's screenplay. Want to give it a read to pass the time?
As long as we reseal it neatly, nobody will know.
Our little secret. As they start reading, they're engrossed in the world of Chestershire and the Music Man. Interior, vintage music store, day. Amidst rows of vinyl records, Chestershire and the Music Man sit on old leather couches. A gramophone plays softly in the background. They're engrossed in a thick script titled Stephen and Maraschino.
Music Man. It's as if this script resonates with the melodies of our old times, our old tunes.
Oh, yes. It's like when you find a hidden track in an old record. Intriguing. Let's dive in.
By the way, did you manage to fix the gramophone in aisle 3?
Not yet, but it's on my list. Now back to the script.
As they read, oh, that's you, sorry.
Don't. As they read, the vintage store around them fades, and they're transported to the colorful and bursting environment of a fruit market, embodying the personas of Stephen and Maraschino. Interior, lively fruit market, day. Stephen and Maraschino, both donning matching aprons, stand amid stands of fresh fruits. Maraschino has a nose like a cherry, and Stephen is pear-shaped, with only a top row of teeth. Their conversation is occasionally interrupted by customers. The script, titled Peter and Peter Too, is spread out on a wooden crate surrounded by cherry baskets.
Maraschino, do you remember when we first set up this fruit stall?
Like it was yesterday. We just had 3 baskets of cherries. Look at us now.
True. Speaking of cherries, this script seems like a juicy read.
A break from the usual. Let's see where it takes us. As they delve deeper into the script, the chatter of the fruit market begins to fade, leaving only the rustling pages of the screenplay they're reading. Interior, quaint bookstore, day. The ambience of the bookstore is serene. Wooden shelves tower, lined with books of varying genres and ages. An antique clock ticks steadily in the background. Peter and Peter Too, 2 old disgusting fools with the same name but different dreams, sit on cushioned stools amid the books, with the script titled Horse Reads to Dog spread open on the table.
This bookstore has seen so many stories, Peter Too, yet this script seems unlike any tale we've come across.
True, Peter, and to think, just last week we're hosting a reading for that detective novel.
Ah, that was a hit. Now, let's unravel this story, the story of Horse and Dog.
As they read, The warm hues of the bookstore transition to the greens of a vibrant meadow. Exterior, sunlight, meadow, day. Horse, a golden retriever enthusiastically waves a screenplay titled Spider's Urban Adventure in front of dog, a majestic Clydesdale horse, who's lazily grazing.
Dog, this screenplay is something else. It's about 2 bugs. Well, 1 bug and 1 arachnid. I found it by the old oak tree.
Really, horse? You and your adventures. All right, read it out.
I imagine it's a tale as epic as the time you tried to jump over the creek.
I'd rather not remember that. Let's hear the story. As Horse begins reading, the meadow blurs, giving way to the bustling backdrop of a city's concrete jungle. Interior, city apartment, night. Spider St. Jones, a sophisticated spider with a bow tie, sits on a window, still overlooking the bug city, Insect Hatton. Lights. Chris, the beetle, emerges, clutching a manuscript. There's an evident excitement in the air.
Am I reading the right?
We're doing. Just do the format.
Which is it? Am I, like?
You're just doing the line after me. That's how we're doing.
I didn't even see that line. Okay, evident excitement. Chris, this view never gets old, does it? The Insect Hatton charm is unparalleled.
Agreed, Spider. But tonight, I bring something that might rival this view's charm. My manuscript.
Oh, what's it about?
2 humans, Wilbur and Alex. Their tale is full of twists.
Then let's dive in. There's no better setting than this big bug city backdrop.
As Chris begins reading, the narrative delves deeper into the world of Wilbur and Alex, their adventures, and the unexpected turns their lives take, bringing the narrative full circle. Interior, city night. City apartment, night. Spider St. Jones wraps up the manuscript. Both he and Chris the Beetle are deeply engrossed in the narrative's resonance.
Such profound stories within stories makes one reflective.
It does. Let's take a walk to clear our heads. The 2 step out onto the city street. Suddenly, the sound of tires screeching fills the air. A bus barrels towards them, and the scene cuts to black. Exterior, sunlit meadow, day.
Dog, having been engrossed in the story's climax, stands up and nudges Horse.
You're a great storyteller, Horse. Let's trot around the creek for a change.
As they amble towards the path beside the creek, the distant sound of a horn grows louder. Shockingly, a bus emerges from the woods, sending the meadow into chaos. Hard cut to black.
Interior, quaint bookstore, day. I can't even. Peter sets the script down. Both he and Peter, too, are lost in thought.
How intriguing. Let's head to the cafe for some fresh air.
Exiting the bookstore, they walk on the sidewalk. They're immersed in conversation when a bus suddenly veers onto the pavement, hard cut to black. Interior, lively fruit market, day. Stephen looks at Maraschino, holding the cherry.
Every story has its rhythm. Let's go to the town square for lunch.
They start walking towards the market streets. Amidst the hustle and bustle, a bus abruptly swerves around a corner, heading straight for them. Hard cut to black. Interior, music store, day. Music man snaps the scripts shut. Chestershire, already thinking about a tune, nods in agreement.
Stories are like melodies, intertwined and captivating. Speaking of melodies, let's fetch that record from across the street.
The 2 exit the store. As they step onto the road, the hard horn of a bus rings out. Hard cut to black. Interior, shipping and receiving store, day. Wilbur, feeling heavy with the narrative's weight, looks at Alex. The end. Question mark? So many twists and turns, yet ours is still unfolding. Strange, though, how I've been feeling dizzy lately.
Same here. I thought it was just fatigue, but have you noticed the peculiar smell? Almost like...
Both of them suddenly feel a wave of dizziness. They clutch their chests, struggling for breath. As they collapse, the scene fades, shifting to an image of a carbon monoxide detector. Every year, countless lives are lost due to carbon monoxide poisoning. This odorless, colorless gas can be deadly when inhaled. Protect your loved ones and yourself. Check your carbon monoxide detectors regularly and always ensure they have fresh batteries. The end.
This is sheer madness. And only Patrick could make this only you could make.
Do you know what the metaphor I've landed on is for AI? Because I've been thinking about it. It's a Play-Doh fun factory. You ever see a Play-Doh fun factory where you put the Play-Doh in, right? Mm-hmm. And the Play-Doh fun factory is agnostic. It doesn't know you're putting Play-Doh into it. It just makes a star, right?
Yes.
And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the Play-Doh fun factory and I'm amusing myself by putting dog food in it. And I'm making stars out of dog food. So, like, you can feed this thing whatever, and it will just spit out a script.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so what I was doing on this one is I dictated each one, like, they're reading a script about these two characters, about these two characters, about these two characters, and then generate an original subplot for each of them.
Okay.
To get it this long, because you can do this where I had it generate one where it was like an abbreviated version, and then I was like, rewrite this part, but twice as long. Rewrite this part, but twice as long.
Okay.
And so I was dictating like little elements, like every scene has to end with the bus coming and cutting to black.
Yeah.
Little bits like that. Every scene has to have exactly two characters. You know, all the. So like, it's very dictated, but like it imagined all the scenarios.
Yeah.
Like the music shop and the cherry stand, like that was like its main contribution to the thing.
Okay.
But
and what about the carbon monoxide thing at the end?
that was me dictating. Because unless you give it, it has to do something. It will go to the typical wrap up where like everyone gets along and like says a moral.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a fungus. It's trying to finds the quickest way to the end of the maze.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, how do I get to the end of the maze? Well, I do the minimal conflict.
Yes.
And wrap everything up in a nice little bow.
Yeah. And it has to be in that bow unless you tell it, no, you can end it in a bow. They've got to get hit by a bus.
Yes.
And many times it tried to avoid having them get hit by the bus.
That's good.
Finagling.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
I guess.
Right?
Actually,
For humankind, I guess, it's trying not to kill us just yet. In a couple of years, we will have to stop the bus.
You can talk it into it, but yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, it's going to start giving up and just sending buses.
Well, this is a prime example of Patrick going a deep dive into the AI script creator.
Yeah.
All right. I guess those are the three scripts. I don't know if we want Emily to come out and. No, we're done. So thanks for joining us on another episode of AI Theater. We'll see you next time with some other prompts. And have a good one.